Today I'm going to give you 5 simple side hustle ideas that can not only eliminate your 9 to 5, it can also make you over 6 figures a year. And each one of them have a low startup cost, and the best part of it is none of these ideas are the same tired examples that you might hear in other YouTube videos. So make sure you stay to the end of the video and let me know which one you like the best. My name is Austin Zabak, and I've built businesses in real estate, pest control, and a couple of other industries over the last decade. And if you get any value out of today's video, all that I'll ever ask you to do is to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It helps me out a ton and gets this video in front of more people who need to see it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get on into it. The first business on today's list is furniture flipping. Now, what I love about this one is that it has a $0 barrier to entry, and the market share is actually a lot bigger than you might think. In 2026, the US secondhand furniture market was valued at around $49.5 billion, reflecting shifting consumer spending as shoppers bypass expensive and new items for budget-friendly alternatives. People are buying at a record pace, which means there's never been a better time to be the person sourcing, repairing, and reselling. And this is ultimately really simple. You find furniture that people are giving away on places like Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, OfferUp, whatever it may be. You then clean it up, you paint it, you refinish it, you do whatever you need to get it to look really good again, and you resell it for multiples of what you paid, and maybe you even got it for free. Now, one of my favorite examples of this is Jake Morcas. He's a social media personality that built Jake's Junk. He has over 600,000 followers on Instagram alone, where he shows his entire process and he gets millions of views doing it. He buys furniture primarily from Goodwill and Facebook, and he films the entire flip and he posts about it. The best part of this is that he's now making money in 2 different ways. He's of course making money from selling the flipped furniture, and then he's making money on the millions of views he's getting on social media. He's gained a following that is so big that he has a management team now. So the startup cost here is essentially nothing. All you're gonna need is some basic tools you probably already have in your garage, maybe some sandpaper, a little bit of paint, a brush, and some tools. And you can start looking for a deal right now. And if you film the process like Jake, you're not just building income, you're building an audience that is invested in your journey. Jake is a testament of how much success you can actually have in this industry. Okay, the next one on the list is for anybody who loves a good cup of coffee. You turn your espresso machine into a business that has the potential to sell out every single week. Marian Felix runs a business called Sunday Brew Coffee Trailer. She makes canned lattes at home, sealing them with a countertop can machine and selling them on a pre-order basis. And each week she posts a menu on social media. Customers place their order, pick a pickup time, and then show up to her trailer to grab a $7 iced latte. And she's constantly selling out. She's built over 90,000 followers on TikTok and close to 100,000 followers on Instagram just documenting her process. And it's not just walk-up traffic, she takes that same trailer to locals' farmers markets. And also, people book her ahead of time. This isn't a niche trend. It is one of the fastest growing categories in coffee. The ready-to-drink coffee market in the US alone is worth about $8 billion in 2026 and has been growing at about 6% a year. Canned coffee specifically holds the largest packaging share of that entire category, bigger than bottles and cartons. So what's the process here? You brew the espresso, make the latte, seal it in a can with a countertop sealer, and you post a weekly menu on social media. Customers pre-order a pickup window, so there's no walk-in guessing and wasted product. So do the math on 100 cans a week. That is almost $1,000. A commercial can sealer can run anywhere from about $150 to $400. And then you add the cans, the lids, and the espresso machine that you might already have if you're watching the video, and you're in business for well under $1,000. And the best part is you don't need an employee or a storefront. You can run this as a one-person show just like Marian. Okay, the third business on today's list is selling firewood. So CJ Barnett runs Phoenix Firewood right here where I live. He grew up in Georgia, cutting and clearing fallen trees with his dad, selling the wood to pay for camp. He then worked for a landscaper in Arizona who let him keep the wood that he split. And then he teamed up with a tree trimmer he met along the way and built the inventory into 2 full lots of firewood. He's been in this current spot for 5 years, salvaging locally sourced urban logs from trees in the valley, and he's growing at 20 to 25% a year. Today, he's pulling in about $8,000 a month in a city where most people would think that nobody even needs firewood. The US firewood market was actually valued at $5.2 billion and is projected to reach about $7 billion by 2033. And here's what most people underestimate. You don't need cold climate for this to work. CJ operates in Mesa, Arizona, one of the hottest cities in the entire country, and people are still buying 3 or 4 cords a year, not to heat their homes, but for backyard fire pits, weekend hangouts, and of course, cooking. The wood is often free. Tree trimming companies pay to dump wood at a landfill, so when CJ tells them to drop it at his lot instead, he's actually saving them quite a bit of money, and he's getting free inventory at the same time. Then he splits it and lets it season for a few months to a year and sells it by the bundle. Now, permits and licensing vary from state to state on this one, depending on where you're sourcing the wood from and ultimately where you live. And your biggest expense to get started isn't equipment. It's basically your labor, but you can start solo in your own backyard. The fourth business on today's list is one that'll probably surprise you, and that is cottage baking. In a nutshell, you bake from home, sell directly to local customers, and skip the overhead of a storefront. Most states allow this legally as long as you get licensed. Lindsay runs Mama Llama Bakery out of Vegas, and what she's built is a masterclass in this model. Everything is made from scratch with organic ingredients. In one single baking session, she'll produce 430 cinnamon rolls. Now, she takes pre-orders, opens up a drop every few days, and customers do a porch pickup. And every single one of her drops ends up selling out. So do that math. 400 rolls at $8 each is $3,200 from one single baking session. Ingredient cost on a standard tray of a dozen homemade cinnamon rolls can run anywhere from $5 to $13. So her cost per roll is close to $1, sometimes even less. And that is insane when you think about it. It's one of the best margins on any business that we've covered on my channel. Her story is one that a lot of folks can relate to. She was a new mom looking to bring in extra income without leaving the house. She started posting her baking process in April, and by May, she was already selling out. One video went viral for her on Instagram, and people got curious enough to want to see what the hype was actually all about. Her account has grown to over 80,000 followers and built from documenting the baking. Once she had an audience and the demand, she didn't stop at just the rolls. She sells her actual recipe now as a digital download. She sells a full baking course teaching her exact method as well. She even put together a state-specific cottage bakery startup guide for people who want to copy her entire business model legally. And for people who want the full experience, she now offers a private Bake With Me session in her kitchen. 3.5 to 4 hours, and you get hands-on mixing, shaping, proofing, and baking a full batch of her signature rolls. And she charges $600 for that session. That is 4 completely different revenue streams built on one recipe, the rolls themselves. Now, if you want to do it yourself, then you just want to make sure that you do it the right way. Most states will require an LLC, a food handler's permit, and a cottage food license specific to baking goods and food liability insurance. It is not zero paperwork, but compared to opening up an actual bakery storefront, it's just about as low barrier as the food industry can possibly get. And if you want to get a free LLC without having to do all the paperwork, then my friends over at Prime Corporate Services will set up your LLC completely for free. And I'll put that as the first link down in the description below. The last one today is not glamorous, it's definitely not as unique, but it's also not going anywhere. Because as long as houses exist, somebody is going to have to pay to get them cleaned. This is a business that I see up close every week with my own housekeeper. She runs a team of 3, and that team hits about 5 houses a day, and they're at each house for about an hour and a half. The standard clean covers all of the rooms, vacuum, trash, and mopping. And an average job is about $200. Now here's the part that most people don't realize. She's not running one team, she's running 5 different crews. At 5 jobs a day with an average of $200 a job, that is some serious cash flow. And this is not a small industry. The US home cleaning services market is valued at roughly 18 to 20 billion and is driven by dual income households and the demand for convenience. More than 4 in 10 US households now regularly pay for professional cleaning. You're not reinventing anything here. You show up with a checklist. Kitchen, bathrooms, bedrooms, common areas, trash, dust, vacuum, and you execute it fast and consistently. A 3-person crew can knock out that full house in an hour and a half because everybody has a role. The leverage doesn't come from doing it yourself. It comes from training a crew to run the checklist without you. And you don't need a storefront or a fleet. You need basic cleaning supplies, a vehicle, and a checklist. And you can do all of that for under $1,000 when you start solo. So there you have it, guys. Those are 5 side hustles that you can start right now that'll make you potentially up to 6 figures a year. Again, depending on how seriously you take it and how fast you scale it, they could even make you more than that. I appreciate you staying till the end of the video. As always, the only thing I'll ever ask you to do is just smash that gosh dang like button for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll look forward to seeing you in next week's video.